Welcome to the Coach and Coach podcast. We are live at Trojan Field, and I'm not biased today. This was the only hat I could find. We are in the house. I am the defensive coordinator. Look at me. I look ready to play football. Offensive coordinator, are you ready for tonight?
I'm ready for tonight. I try to present a unbiased picture so that people from Water Valley might actually want to listen. But my co-host here, he's obviously he is a Bruce homer, but hopefully by the end of the night I am too. Once I jump off here, I got to dive straight into it.
Well, man, we are here. Man, look like Water Valley just pulled up. We're at the stadium tonight, so we want to do live. Somebody texted me today. It's like, man, what time do the show come on? I said about 4:45-ish. So we're close. It's 5 o'clock. But
Life happens.
Yeah, it happens sometime. But if you let me make sure that we are on live, and I'm going to make sure, yes, we are. It's on live, and I'm going to go ahead and put it on Facebook now. But man, this is probably one of the biggest games. Would you say since you played?
I think it's pretty easily a regular season. I don't know. You might could go back and find a game. There was a Bruce and Calhoun City playoff game that was pretty big. Calhoun City had blown them out in the regular season. What was that? 14.
That's going to be that was the year I was here. That will be 14. But it was at Calhoun City though.
Bruce had made a run. So home game and in the regular season, I think this is the biggest one in a long time.
One of the biggest games that we had in at Trojan Field in a long time, and just the relevance now. Just everybody is excited, man. This game, it just got a different feel to it. Got a playoff feel to it.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you, what's the vibe around the school today?
It was the players was very businesslike, man. At the pep rally today wasn't really a bunch of, rah. They was just all businesslike today, and it's just, man, you can tell that the focus is there. I think both teams understand how big this game is tonight.
Yeah, this is a huge matchup. I know anything can happen, but you got to be thinking. I know coaches probably don't want to say it out loud, but this could potentially be your division. So,
well, he can't say it, but we can.
We can say it.
Yeah.
I think that's what's on the line. So, and I think, I think you may see the kitchen sink thrown from both sides tonight because it's a very important game.
It's very important for the simple fact that whoever wins the division will get possibly 2 home games in a row. You don't want to be the second seed. You want to get that first seed because if you get that first seed, you get the host. And then you'll get that second round game here. So that's what you need, or wherever the home is. See, I'm already claiming it right now. But if you win the division, you will most likely get 2 home games in a row, and you need that in the playoffs. When you're dealing with the playoffs and you're dealing with fans, you're dealing with travel, it's already stressful enough. I think pretty much your whole career you was in the playoffs. As a coach, I had little bits and pieces when we was in the playoff, and it's a different feel. The practices are different. Everything is different at that point. So you want that playoff game. You want it at home.
Absolutely. You want the road to have to come through Bruce. I'm sure I haven't had a chance to look at it, how the brackets match up. But, anytime you get that home playoff game and get that crowd behind you, they say for a reason it's any given Friday. And, you feel better about your chances when you have that game at home.
Oh, yeah. I feel real stupid with this helmet on and starting to hurt my head. So I'm going to let you talk while I take it off.
So, besides the fact of the playoff seeding and things and the implications tonight, I think it's important. This is an important game, period, because Water Valley's left a pretty nasty taste in our mouth in recent years. We'll talk about it throughout the show, but, I've been a part of some heartbreaking games, and then, we've seen some very still trying to get fixed up. But we've seen some very lopsided scores in recent history, too. This is a game that not only where Coach Darbone can get a chance to get a statement victory, but it's a chance to kind of cleanse the palate of some recent years.
Well, Coach, when you talk about how important this game is, 12 straight losses. Water Valley has dominated this series. We was looking it up just a few minutes ago, and the last time that we beat Water Valley was October the 17th, 2008.
And that was a pretty lopsided game on Bruce's end, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. I was going to say Richard Freeland had a night.
Yeah, and but when you got Richard Freeland, that's a different.
Yeah, I think Coach Ray and them had a night about every night when he was on the
field. he was a different type of player. He was different. So it's 12 straight games. I know y'all had each game. You was in each game, and the 3 years that you were because you didn't play them your freshman year.
No.
but your sophomore, junior, and senior year.
Yeah, my junior year, that game was in Bruce, and it pretty much came down to right here in this end zone over here. There was a fumble that got kicked around, and they fell on it, and that ended up being the deciding 6 point to give them a 1 point
Wow.
lead. And then my senior year,
Oh,
we had an interception that got called,
oh
pick
my
six that gets
goodness.
called back.
That was my
Um,
nephew that picked off that ball, and it got
and
called back.
that would have put the game away. But then we had still had a lead, and at the last second they kicked somewhere around a 40, 45-yard field goal that double doinked and gave them a win,
Well,
17 something, I believe.
well, that following year, 2013, um, the score was 22-16, and we was driving, and Tay Armstrong rolled out, and he delivered a pass to Jay Johnson, but he dropped the pass, man.
Mm.
And if he'd have made that catch, we would have, because we had a decent kicker that year. We probably could have pulled it off. We would have kicked that extra point, and that could have broke the streak then. And then that next year, which was my year back coaching, we went over there, the infamous Coach Ray ejection game. We lost that game 21-32. So outside of those 5 years, we really haven't had a bunch of success. Haven't been close like we should be. But now I feel like the time is now.
So I remember as a kid, and even as a player here, I felt like, outside of Calhoun City, I felt like Water Valley, it was always just a natural rivalry that could put on a very good show. I've seen times when Bruce has come out on top and Water Valley. So, I mean, it has put on a good show in the past, and I think now more than ever we're getting back to that.
Well, it's a lot that's riding on this game. Former coach Fred Faust, who was the head football coach here at Bruce, and he is back. And the emotions are there. And most of these kids, I think a lot of these kids were like freshmen when he was here. I'm not freshmen, but I think seventh graders.
Yeah, I was gonna say they were young
when he was here. So they still know, and we're ready to roll now.
And credit to you got to give credit to their staff too to make this the big matchup that it is. They've had some struggles over the last few years, and it seems like both programs are heading in the right direction. And I think we're going to have a great night of football.
Well, we're definitely in the right direction, but it looks like our first guest is here. We're going to ask him to come on around, get a seat, have a little chit-chat with us. We got the head basketball coach of the Bruce High School Trojans.
What's going on,
Coach Gladney is in the house, man.
Yeah,
good, man.
Coach. We're out here.
Coach.
Hey, coaching. We pulling out all the stops tonight. It's no telling who's going to be on the show tonight. Coach, man, you have been in these situations as a player. When you played at Calhoun City, you played in Jackson. You was probably suspension away from having a state championship. But tell me, you going through what you went through as a player, how did you prepare for these type of games?
Talking about games like where you coming back somewhere?
Well, just these type of games that have a lot riding on it.
Well, having a lot riding on it, playing at Calhoun City, a lot of big games. So obviously having to come into the games focused, believing in what your coaches are saying, what they're teaching you, and sort of be disciplined in what you're doing, and just having that ability to lock in and focus on the game plan and doing whatever it takes to get that game won. So that's pretty much my take on it.
We're gonna have to get Coach in a little bit tighter because he faded. Come on, get your seat up a little bit so you can.
I believe it's in that. Y'all have them in the locker room.
Yeah.
There's two in that locker room.
Yeah, we're having to do.
We're directing traffic.
Yeah, we're directing traffic too, man. We're the Coach and Coach podcast. We are the we are the hospitality committee, and I guess it is what it is. So, so looking at these type of games, and then you having to deal with what you got to deal with. How, as far as all the stuff that happens at the school, because when you're winning, it's a distraction. The way you prepare for a game is 100% different than how the fans see it. How did y'all keep those distractions at bay?
Well, obviously I played for Coach Darren Coppin, so he was very, very aggressive when it came to sort of telling us to not worry about what the fans were saying, and make sure we stayed, had a sense of togetherness, and obviously just keeping us all humble with a lot of running and a lot of motivation that way. So
that running will keep you motivated.
Yeah, running will motivate you.
And to have you throwing up on people's floors. But But you've seen the vibe around here. You've been here. I think you're going on year 4.
Yes, sir.
Year 4. Yes, sir. This dude just said yes, sir to me, man. There we go with this stuff, man. Y'all just keep doing this stuff like I'm 99 years old. Y'all got to stop it, man. Y'all got to stop it.
Man.
No, yeah, class of 95, one of the best classes that came through Bruce High School.
hit you with a yes sir, then a jab right behind.
Yeah, just hit me with the yes sir, and then punch me in the stomach. But you've seen how it's been here the past 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me what's been different since this winning streak has transpired at Bruce High School.
Well, I think the biggest thing has been probably the fan support and probably the students. The students normally would be in the past, like, we're going to just lose tonight. Y'all ain't going to do nothing. But I think the fans, especially the students, have believed in what's going on. We got a whole student section now. We know in the past, just like, y'all going to the game? I'm not going to go watch them lose. Like, so it's just that. And then also with the community, I think everybody just buying into it. And I seeing the kids walking around happy there, believing in what's going on. So it's a great time to be a Bruce Trojan.
Well, Coach, if they were saying that, a couple of them years we were coaching, so they was
say. I remember some of them.
So wait a minute.
Unfortunately,
let me get this straight. If the kids were saying I'm not going to the game because they're gonna lose,
Kids,
and me and you were coaching then, so they were saying that about us.
I wouldn't say y'all, because I think y'all were,
Gosh,
y'all were winning y'all battles, but like, you can only do so much from the sideline.
Oh man. Coach, I didn't have no confidence in this, man.
So moving on.
Yeah, let's go on to the next subject, man.
But no, in all seriousness, the winning streak now, we know, you were a Calhoun City guy.
Mm-hmm.
Are we drinking the blue and gold
Hold on, before you say
I'm
that.
not a Calhoun City guy now.
He was a Trojan. He was only Calhoun City for 2.5 years.
Yeah, like Dennis Rodman joining the Bulls, so it's just like going to.
So he never left.
More like
he never left.
More like the Spurs.
Better way to put it.
More like Dennis Rodman with the Spurs, because I still associate Dennis Rodman with the Bulls. But more like the Spurs. I'm not gonna give you that.
Okay, give me the Spurs. We'll go with that.
But like I said, this is a playoff feel right now. It just feels like playoff.
It's weird. This game's in early October.
And we've had meetings, and the wind is about to blow over. My little light that's probably not working right now. What would you say? What would you tell the fans that are on the way? What would you tell those that have doubted? Because you've actually watched the ball game. It's one thing to look at stats, and Coach Jennings get on to me all the time, because when I call him out on Bud Pittman not getting enough carries, he called me, went off on me, talking about I need to watch the game.
There's no reason for that.
Just
get the man the ball.
You need to watch the games. You don't know what happened. Just went off on me. So you've been watching the games. What is the biggest difference that you see?
I think it's just the kids believing. Like, you got to have that skill, but also you got to have that will to go out and do what you're supposed to do, because skill can only get you so far. It's what you got inside of you, and the kids have really got beside themselves and really came together and played as a great unit, and they got that will now. So we had a lot with the skill. Now they coming out with the will and the heart, and they're obviously making a way. And we here with this winning streak. So shout out to the players and also the coaching staff that we have.
Dropping them bars. He said skill and will. So,
I was gonna say I agree with that. You've seen them. We've seen times where adversity struck, and they've just bounced back. I think they're a pretty resilient group. Tonight I think they'll really find out how resilient they'll be. But through 5 games, I think that's a pretty fair take right there.
Through 5 games, yes, sir. Especially that South Point talking. I was just like, I hope y'all don't choke this enough. I'm talking to JB on the sideline, like, JB, shake it off. Like, plug the hole a few more times to get this game won. So they really don't show their heart this year. Yeah. Really proud of them.
Well, Coach, you going into your 3rd season as the head men's basketball coach and junior high coach, and you have had to deal with a lot of adversity. I don't think you have played with your original players not one time since you've been the head coach for whatever reason. So this year, there is the strong possibility that what you were able to have in the summer, you can have in the fall. Tell me about what is your expectation for this season?
Obviously, you're going through every season with the expectation to make it to Jackson. Obviously, you got to shoot for the stars. Hopefully, might not get to the star, but you'll land somewhere up there. So as long as you're shooting up high, always to go. But obviously, I'm coming in with a young team. Only got one senior, so very young team, a lot of inexperience. Well, I would say an experienced group because they have been playing since the 8th grade for a few of them. So I'm just looking to be in a division to where we are now, and just trying to figure it out game by game, take it and just sort of get them young guys, giving them that same confidence that I see shown out here at football. So shooting for the moon.
You know,
Man.
with Sherrod,
Hold on, I got to hit the clap on that, man. Go ahead.
that great answer. But you know, with sharing athletes, football to basketball, do you have a I know you get time with them in the summer. Do you have an idea of how things are looking now, or is that something that comes later on? Do you get a bigger idea, like as far as how you feel about everything at the moment?
Yeah. So this summer I didn't feel good about the moment at all. So
I forgot we were live. I can't be laughing. I forgot your camera was on. Go ahead, Coach. My bad.
I just seen them this summer. I was like, man. So yeah, but seeing them at with the football team, just they seem like they've matured a good bit since the summertime. Especially Caden Jones. I was seeing hearing about a totally different Caden Jones. Seeing a different Aiden Wilch, and obviously Jermaine gonna be Jermaine. All of them have seemed like they've matured. So this is my first time seeing to where I have a bigger picture of them as far as mentally and physically as well. So I think I got a better picture since the summer. But obviously you never know until it's game time.
There, right?
Everybody lace their shoes up, put their uniform on, and then we'll see exactly what they got.
Gotcha.
Well, I will say this, man. Football sets the tone, and winning is contagious. And when you win, you don't want to stop winning. That's something that you want to keep doing. So I'm very confident that they're gonna keep that same momentum going and out here, and they're gonna bring it to the gym because first of all, you're the type of coach. I always tell them all the time. Probably one of the best X and O coaches that I've ever been around because he can look at that stuff and he know how to break it down. And I even told him one time, I trust your adjustments for me more than I trust my adjustments for you. So I'm usually just a support system at halftime, but with him, I need him to give me what I need so we can be able to win the ball game because I'm going to need all of them this year because when you lose 7 seniors, you start on a new level.
You want me to PayPal you for that or cash out for the compliment?
Well,
Hey, Coach and Coach podcast.
Coach and Coach podcast. Just get your family to share our hit the subscribe button and set the notification. That way, when we do another episode, they'll get it.
All right, we can do it.
Well, Coach, man, we appreciate you stopping by, having a little chit chat with us. I see our other guest here. He's looking very agitated right now because your interview is going a little longer than it was supposed to. He got his arm folded with his shades on, and he's just really irritated because you're taking too long. So, but we sure appreciate you coming by, having a little chit chat with us, man. Let's hit the clap side. Yeah,
Coach, let's go.
Yeah, all right, man. We're gonna ask the other tall dude to come in. All these jokers tall, man. Men, you just short. You know what? That's what it is. We couldn't be successful because we wasn't short. We wasn't tall enough as coaches. You have to be 6 foot to be a coach.
The hair gene pool just
Darbone is 6
foot.
foot.
Blessed in.
I guess he don't want the mic. Darbone.
Oh, okay. I shoot my boom for me. You go hold it for me.
Yeah. Well, we got here with us. Another one want to stop by and chit chat with us, even though we did talk to them and asked them would they come by. But he decided on his own. We got the head baseball coach in the house, Coach Chase Clark. Coach, what's going on, man?
Man, I'm just excited to be out here at Trojan Field tonight to watch the Bruce Trojans go to 6-0 tonight against the Water Valley Blue Devils.
Exactly. You see how you afraid to just let it go, man?
Try to be an
You
unbiased
gotta
media
let it
member.
go, man.
You got to put those thoughts into existence right
At
here.
7 o'clock,
you
the
gotta
mindset
let it
changes.
go.
Yeah, well,
You gotta
But
let
here,
it go.
I've got to be the guy that reins in everything.
I
guys.
talk so much noise, man. We gotta win. We gotta win. But Coach, you grew up in this atmosphere. You came when you was in school. This was a norm. This wasn't.
Right.
This was nothing new. Every from baseball to basketball. Matter of fact, I think while you was in school, you won a state championship in baseball. Basketball was a state runner-up, and football ended up being a runner-up in the North half.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me, with those experiences when you was in school, do you see any correlation with what's going on now?
Yeah, I think so. I think what I heard you say to him a while ago is it starts in the fall, and these guys get that winning mentality. They get a taste of what it feels like to win, and that's what these guys are getting right now that they haven't necessarily had the last couple of years. They're getting that mentality of what it feels like to win, and they're translating that over every single week. That's what we had when we were in high school. We had really successful football teams, and that translated straight into the gym, like you said a while ago, with the basketball teams, and then the couple of guys that we had left that would come to baseball after that. Just winning in one sport translates into the next, and that was one thing that we were fortunate enough to win a lot of games in all the sports. So that was very nice for us.
Cool.
Yeah, we went to school together, and I just remember, some really good times. Is there anything that stands out over? Obviously, it's state championship baseball is probably the most important thing, but
Understandably, yeah.
but outside of that, was there anything like a moment that you were like, man, it's cool to be a part of this?
I will say this, and it was you mentioned the state championship runner-up basketball team. I didn't play basketball.
Hey, we did. We played a lot of pickup.
I probably played more basketball than the high school basketball team actually played. I just didn't get any NIL money for that. But no, my junior year, the year that we went and played for the state championship in basketball, it was probably second, third week of the season. I know Benji was there with us, and we started going like they're doing now for the football team. You win some games, and the students start showing up in numbers.
We heckled a lot of people.
Man, I remember, I'll never forget it. It was West Lowndes. We went to West Lowndes for a basketball game, and there was just a couple of guys. We had a group chat going, and we were like, hey, do y'all want to go to West Lowndes for student section or whatever tonight? So we loaded up about 10 guys. And I didn't know if we were going to make it out of West Lowndes after that night. We won the game. And
Did you take him with you?
He was with us.
Well, I can understand completely.
Benji had to go to every
I
game.
can understand completely.
We called ourselves the Crunk Squad. The Crunk Squad didn't exist. And Benji
There's a page in the yearbook for it.
It was. Man, that was some good times. Though. But yeah, besides winning the state championship, that whole basketball season going to the big house,
student
section
stands,
was
fun.
Man, it was awesome.
So when you, I remember the run that y'all made baseball, and I never forget when y'all won the state championship. Just to let you know how stuff bleeds over. Now, most of the time, baseball is the more successful. It's been the most successful one here, but it's always that gap. Baseball will have the success, and then there's the summer, and it usually don't get to translate on to the other sports.
Right.
But I do remember when y'all did win the state championship, Davis Brown and Trail. I remember they were in the stands, and I remember Davis looked at Trail and said, "We're next." So winning can spark something in a group that that can translate all the way over. I do believe that if we get it done this year and do what we're supposed to do, it's just going to be a ripple effect throughout the whole thing.
I agree.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this, because I know it was a painful moment. Before y'all won the state championship, there was a situation where y'all had won the north half, and we had the celebration. We had the celebration on the square, and
we had met a big time. Yeah.
Oh man, and it was and you usually get these rumors all the time when a school, you think somebody, they're gonna replay the game. They'll tell us that lie all the time. Even when we lost the state championship in 1991, we thought we was gonna replay the game because they called some faulty stuff on Mark Taylor, and we just thought we was gonna play the game over. Where were you when you first got word that north half was about to be stripped?
I was actually at one of my friend's house, and we were, I don't know, watching TV or whatever, and his dad actually walked in the living room and said that one of his friends had texted him and said that they had seen on Facebook where, I can't remember the guy's name, that was the news coverage guy for that area or whatever, had posted something on Facebook or Twitter one saying that to be looking into this situation, that someone was looking into the situation about there being a rule violation or something. We didn't know what it was at the time, but remember he walked in there and you could just see the look on his face. He knew that this was serious and somebody was fixing to do some real digging to try to figure it all out, and they wound up getting to the bottom of it, I guess.
So did you really think, because you get those rumors all the time, did you really think, because I've never saw it in my lifetime since I've been following sports, that they took outside of a true illegal player. I've never seen it done before, especially on that platform. Did you really think they were going to do it?
Of a rule not necessarily, and I've always thought back to what if that had happened if that pitch violation had happened in game one, rather than the decisive game 3, how would that change the whole outlook of it? I don't know how it would have. I guess we'll never know. But that was seeing that on Twitter, and then I remember the guys, like, we would have a group chat of it, and then one person would say, "Had we seen this?" The next person would say, "No, they hadn't seen it." And the next thing you know, they're sending screenshots in there, and then you start seeing it over and over and over, and you're thinking to yourself, "Okay, there really may be something to this." And then I bet it was, I don't know, probably 2 or 3 days later, that's when our coach called us in and kind of explained the whole situation
Wow.
to it, and that was with me being a coach now, I knew that was a tough thing to have to do, to tell your players, kind of what all that went on. So.
Well, and I remember in 1995, Trojans were undefeated, and they lost to, and I'm going to hold on to this, Chad Cook crawled into the end zone. And I'm not letting that go. I was there. We had the super fans then, and we followed the ball. You can go at super fan members, Alan Blackwelder, Stephen Box, Philip Jackson, Josh Hedwood. Matter of fact, every time we scored, we just tossed him around in the stands. He just got tossed around. But we followed, and they lost that game 6-0. And then to come back and win the state championship, how fulfilling was it to get that stripped from you, and then a couple of years later, get to the pinnacle that you was trying to get to in the first place?
I think it meant a lot to us guys that played on the championship team that won the whole thing. But I had some really good friends that had played on the 2010 team, and those guys didn't get to fulfill that dream that we did. And I felt like it was almost as much as us doing it for them as much as it was doing it for ourselves.
Some closure.
Yeah, absolutely. Some guys had worked really hard that 2010 year to get to that point, and then to not get the chance to seal the deal there at the end. I thought that it was. I mean, it felt like to me, especially, that we were playing just as much for those guys as we were for ourselves, because they had worked so hard to get there, and then didn't get to fill it out for us, but we got to, and I felt like we were doing it for them too. So it was awesome.
So as you go into another season and it's good to have homers. It's something different when you played here, you've been here, and then when you coach is a different type. It's just a different type of passion. So
That's right.
Going into another year as the leader, I'm just gonna say what it is, man. My filter. I'm 48. My filter is bad right now. But going into another year, coaching here, leading this baseball team, what are your expectations this year? What is your outlook on this season?
Well, it's actually me and my assistant coach, Stuart, were talking about this yesterday and today. This is probably the youngest team that I've had since I've been at Bruce High School, and this is my 5th year here. My first couple of years, I was very fortunate to come in with some guys that have been playing varsity starters, 2 or 3, 4 years. But this is the first year that if I had to write a lineup down on a card right now, there'd be several question marks. And I personally, I think that's good, because there's a lot of young guys that have been working their tail off the last couple of years, but they've just been, the next man up behind some really talented seniors we've had. But there'll be some guys that'll get some experience this year. They really haven't had to have that opportunity the last couple of years. But with the football team being as successful as they are now, a lot of these guys play football too. This is one of the years where I've had 8 or 10 high school guys in the fall, where this year I only have like 5 or 6. A lot of these guys are playing football and stuff. So them getting all these wins this year in football, I think will really help us. So they'll get a taste of that winning now. They'll see what it's like to win games and to finish games. So I think all that'll be good when it comes over there under the lights of Otis Logan Field here in February.
With saying that you have a bunch of guys playing football, do you feel like you get a chance to make a lot of headway in the fall, or is there a lot going on right now? Or?
Well, we've been on a really good schedule this year. We mix in working out days 2 or 3 days a week, and the other days we'll practice, just depending on the weather and stuff like that. But as a matter of fact, I mean, me and Coach Stewart were talking about this a while ago. This past week we've had was probably the best, most productive week we've had this entire fall, and I don't know if it's with the football team going on. Yeah, I mean, everybody's in a good mood, it seems like right now. Everybody wants to work hard right now, and I don't know. We've had a really good week of practice this week, so I'm really excited about getting all of my guys out there. I'm blessed to have the ones that I have now, but it's not the same as whenever you have the whole squad out there at the same time. So I'm looking forward to those guys getting out there too. I want football to play as long as they can. I want basketball. I want my guys from basketball to get to me in February, or March, and spring break whenever they come to me at the end. But I'll be glad to have them whenever they get there.
Well, softball, never mind. But we just, man, I sure appreciate you stopping by, man, and having a conversation. This won't be the last conversation we have with y'all, because we are going to extend. We're going to keep on rolling this show, and we
Yeah.
will be setting up during baseball season. Probably set up a little bit more because of how baseball is. We can actually probably live broadcast the show.
Yeah, let's do a live playoff
Yeah,
run.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
you
oh
can do
yeah,
that. Yeah,
oh
you can
yeah,
do
oh
that.
yeah. So there's Coach Chase Clark that stopped in with us today. Coach, you got any more questions for Coach?
Man, it's just good to see you.
Yeah,
Period.
man.
I ain't seen you in a
Always
long
good to
time.
see you. Always a good time when Benji's around.
Yeah.
Well, appreciate you, Coach. Appreciate you, Coach. We're gonna try. I'm trying to find these stupid scores. I just can't. Mine ain't working. But so take over, Coach. I'm trying to find the JUCO scores.
I don't know. It's an awkward silence, I guess.
Let the man scroll that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm just like, is he gonna get to it? Is he gonna get to it? I guess if I had to ask you another question, what's school been like lately? Like you got a winning atmosphere. We talked to him about it just to get your perspective. You said everybody's in a good mood. Like, is it, does it feel like Mondays are worth coming to? What's going on there?
It's awesome, really, especially last week, which Coach can probably attest to this too. Last week was homecoming week. You have 5 straight days of Spirit Days. I don't know that I've ever seen this much involvement with everyone in the entire student body with Spirit Days every
Awesome.
day. I mean, doing some of the craziest stuff, dressing up like who knows what on every different day. But then today we had pink out, and I mean, you couldn't have gone into a single classroom, any grade, 5th through 12, and there not be a room full of pink shirts or pink everything, head to toe, all day long. So I think everybody else is buying into it, and they're all the school atmosphere has been great too.
That's
So
good.
Even
good
I
to
jumped
see.
on. Even I jumped on board. I dressed up one
Yeah,
day.
he had his old school jersey and weight belt for the what was it the
I had
the
on,
workout gear or
yeah,
something
it
like
was
that. We
workout
had to
day,
wear
so
it,
I
yeah.
had mine, and I had my sweatpants tucked in my socks.
Yeah,
That
the knee-
old
the
that
knee
old
high-
80s,
the knee-high
that
socks
80s
with the-
look, man.
Right.
That 80s
the
look.
sweatpants on. Yeah.
So, what I got to do, what I got to do to get you on a concession stand review?
I would hey, I'm telling you should have got me last week when I tried the Philly cheesesteak from the concession stand. That thing
It was really
nice.
good. We got loaded potatoes tonight. I think
Loaded baked
baked
potatoes.
potato. Yeah, that sounds really good. Is there?
I've never had a loaded baked
I
potato.
missed the first home game. I took me and my kids. We were camping, so I haven't even officially seen the menu. I send Carrie after my food, so I'm all for suggestions. You got any suggestions on anything?
I'll be honest with you. Normally, the cheese plate is pretty good. Which I don't know if you've had that or not, but the Philly cheesesteak was awesome, and I'm willing to.
Competitively priced too.
I mean, it really is. I mean, I know people go all over the state to away games, and that's you remember the concession stand.
Yeah.
Do you remember when you go drive an hour and a half and you get cold nachos and a hot dog?
Right.
They got cooked at 4:00 and you're eating it at 7:45.
Yeah.
I mean, it is.
Yeah,
what it
my
is.
order
People-
felt like it was cooked to the order.
Right,
Like,
yeah, they're making it for you and giving it to you right out the window as you're getting it. So, I think our band does a really good job. Our band booster club, I believe, does a really good job of getting them
Yeah,
all.
plenty
hooked
of
up.
options, too, man.
Absolutely,
It's
I know
crazy.
we feed our referees every night at halftime, and I haven't had any complaints coming out of them either. So, which they probably wouldn't. They'd probably eat about anything you took in there. So,
Yeah. At that point,
right.
it looked like the officials are already pulling up
yeah.
now.
Matter of fact, there they are.
So what we're hour and 30 minutes.
Yeah, we're an
real-
hour and
real
30
snack.
minutes.
Killing some time.
I won't have to go out there till about 6:15. So we're still talking. We're keeping the show rolling, man. But there is a subject that I told you today that I want to kind of talk about. We talked about the whole Shedeur Sanders fiasco last night and how all of the different medias is doing their different things. And I was listening to Ryan Clark this morning and they was talking about him, doing the mimicking, wasn't really saying anything, and I'm kind of indifferent on that. Like, yeah, you probably could have, did that a better way, but at the same time, everything that you say is scrutinized.
I was gonna say I think it's like the perfect example of whatever he does, he's gonna be criticized for it. I think that I'm guessing that was his point of the deal. So, it doesn't seem like he's gonna get his fair shake.
So the question I had the question that I had, I was thinking about Shannon Sharp today, and I was just kind of briefing over a lot of things, and everybody's well rehearsed in all of the controversy that Shannon Sharp been through in the last couple of months, and even one of my favorite players of all time, off of my favorite team, let me down with his comment with Ray Lewis saying what he said about Shannon. And I said, and I wonder, like, okay, what is the big deal with I call it jealousy in the sports media. Like what is it that that they're doing so much different or so outlandish that they get the scrutiny that they get? Because the thing is, Shannon Sharp has created his own way. He's created his brand, and his brand started to take off. And the moment his brand took off, then all of this stuff happened.
Well, I think I think it goes to the era that we live in, where sports media at one point was, you want to break a story fast, but it was coming out in a paper, and then you had the internet, but it was like a team site or a message board. Now it's just shoot, if I want to be media, I can just get on my phone and go right at it. So
It's there.
you can pretty much say whatever you want whenever you want, and I think that I think it's the era and the life that we're living now. I just think it's a product of all the technology and everything around us, that you can just put out whatever you want, say whatever you want.
So just I've seen a lot of people go at his head, and I'm trying to figure out, now me personally, I'm not the biggest fan of Shannon Sharp, but I also, I respect his grind. I respect what he's done with his platform, how he was able to translate what he was doing in the media and create his own media brand. And like I said, it seemed like all of the hate happened the moment that Cat Williams interview did what it did, and Cat Williams told him.
Yeah.
He said, "Now brace yourself because they're coming after you." And even when I saw the interview, I was like, "Yeah, whatever." But do that kind of makes you kind of like think like, okay, what if this dude blow up?
I'm all for a conspiracy theory. I'm on board. Yeah,
Nothing wrong
yeah.
with a good conspiracy theory.
Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly what's going on.
We're gonna get hit with the boom.
They already hitting it with the boom and the boom. Well, I hope the boom don't get too loud because I don't want nobody taking credit for our show, because I do have a
Yeah,
video.
don't get us
don't
don't
get
get us taken down.
Copyright stuff right here.
Man, listen, I had a video back when I had my gym. I used to do blast your bench. And matter of fact, if you would back then, if you typed in blast your bench, my video was the first video that popped up. But I made a critical mistake. The radio was on that day, and Britney Spears 123 was on. The video in 1 month got 32,000 views, but her publishing company got the rights.
Wow.
Man, you talking about sick? So I'm very aware of how they can take control of your video, because when you typed in "blast your bench," it was the first one that popped up. So,
I'm completely new to this. So
Oh,
I
man.
hope this does not don't happen to us.
man, you talking about sick, because they took ownership. I even tried to go back and double back and take the video off, but it was too late. They still had ownership of the video, so I got no revenue from the video. The
That
last
hurts.
I checked, I think it had got up to almost 60,000 views. I quit I tried to take it off because I didn't want them getting no more money off of it, but because I had the radio on too loud, and their radio is loud because it's coming through.
No, no.
It's pretty good right here.
I guess we'll just have to talk over it.
Yeah, we're gonna have to talk loud because I don't want them to try to figure out what it is, or we'll just take it off of YouTube altogether. I did not realize it was that loud, but we're just an hour and 40 minutes away. We're still an hour and 20 minutes away. Coach, what else you got on your mind, man? We got to make this show last. We didn't have nothing planned today. We
Yes.
just want to come on.
Rock
We just
and
want to
roll.
talk, and we just want to have
Coach
some
Clark
fun.
on the mic. Just
See,
take
I was
it.
finna get
Yeah,
Coach
I'm
Alan
here.
Clark to come over here. He hasn't walked
we're
away
asking
now.
about the golf team
Yeah.
or the junior high football team.
Junior high football team. That's what we need to talk about. Junior high football.
Junior high
He
football.
is really
The
enjoying
future.
that. Coach, hey, the thing about it, Coach Clark was my second year here. With I should have left because I wasn't certified yet. I did my first year with Coach Ferguson in 1999. No jokes. 1999. Don't need none of your "I wasn't born" jokes.
That's
But
fine.
Yeah.
yeah,
I
was
was
four.
I was born.
yeah. Anyway, 1999, I came out here. I talked to Coach Ferguson. I didn't have a clue of what I needed to do. I didn't have a clue of how to do it. Coach Ferguson took me on that year. I think it was Coach Jamal, and that's why Coach Jackson always lied to people. telling them that I coached him, and I was 3 years older than him. I was still in college when I did my first year. But we did the first year, and then the next year, Coach Pope talked me into coming back. Now, I wasn't certified, so I did it as a paraprofession. And that year it was Coach Clark's first year at Bruce. And he's been at Bruce ever since 2000.
He's seen a lot of stuff.
Oh, man. But
Yeah, he coached me in junior high football back in 2007, I believe.
But a funny story. We was in South Tello, and just like all the other games, we were getting beat pretty bad. I think when we played Water Valley that year, they ran out of bullets. They literally, they got the cannon. You know how you say, well, they scored on the first 5 possessions? No, they scored on the first 5 plays. 5 plays, 5 touchdowns. That's how bad it was.
Sounds better.
Yeah.
They were possession.
Yeah,
they
but
possessed the ball.
It was terrible. It was terrible. But hey, we beat Calhoun City that year, and we beat Coffeyville. But so I hold on to that.
I've heard Coach Maddox, plenty of people say that they would rather go 1-9 and beat Calhoun City than go 9-1.
Well, we went 2-9, so it was the same time. But we went 2-9, and Coach Pope had the most classic comment that he made all the time. He said he'll never go 2-9 again, and he was right. We went 2-8 the next year. But anyway, it was Coach Clark first year, and we was in South Tillo, and we was sitting there, and Dan Campbell was coaching with me. So we were just sitting there. We was on the sideline. We was at halftime, and we were once again getting beat pretty bad. And me and Dan is a character. Whatever you saw in Dan, do that times 10. That's Dan Campbell in high school. So he carried it over as a coach. So Dan always made everything a joke. He gonna make it a joke. And at that point, the way we was getting beat, we need to laugh anyway. So I've never heard Coach Clark talk. Just minor stuff in practice, but never heard him just have a big explosion. So, Coach Pope was giving his spiel, and once you done lost a lot of games, you try other stuff. You start telling people, like, man, you're gonna cost me my job, man. The motivation don't work anymore. Maybe I can guilt you into playing better. So Coach Pope was doing his spiel, and then Mr. Vaughn was trying to figure out why our principal was in the locker room at the time, but he was in the locker room too, and he was doing his spiel. So now I'm scratching my head, and then all of a sudden, just out of the blue, we heard something go, "No, because you think you're cool." And I turned around, and it was Coach Clark. He had exploded. He said, "You walk around with your pants hanging down, and you can't get around because you think you're cool." And we was just sitting there, and I was like,
he has the same mindset today, too. It hasn't changed.
Our season is over with because they done made him explode. So that's the funniest story that I had with Coach Clark. And, man, his filter is gone. I thought my filter is gone. Coach Clark's filter is gone. It's gone, man. It's gone. He is ready to clock out, and I'm with him. I'll probably be right behind him. I think I'm going to do this podcast full time. Ain't no sense of coaching anymore. It's not working for me. It's not working for me.
He's coached about every sport under the sun too. At some point in his career, he's coached everything.
He did girls basketball. He was assistant with boys basketball. He's done archery. Only thing he hasn't done is powerlifting.
I'm sure he's done baseball at some point. I don't know. Didn't he coach at the academy before he came here?
Yes.
I don't know if he did or not there. That may be one of the only sports he hasn't done.
But he has coached he is the legacy man. The legacy man, Coach Alan Clark, because he uncoached everything at Bruce High School.
I think he's leading the staff this year and broken up fights as well.
Oh yeah,
he still gets in there and mixes it up.
Scrap and you look, and he's right in the middle of it.
And that's good. It was time that somebody else helped out.
They had pads on. You should have let them go that night. You got to jump in that.
Now there was a classic fight one time. Somebody's wife was out there, and her voice did all of the movement. It was just a lot of stop, y'all stop. So she really did protocol because we're supposed to let them know that, hey, and Liz made sure that her voice was very known. It didn't stop the fight, but she followed protocol.
No, she had to get Coach Winter in there. The voice was going. Coach Winter flew into action.
Right shoulder. I said we're gonna bronze that right shoulder. It was one of the classic right shoulders. That powerlifting mentality came out of her.
Anybody though that in the heat of the moment can follow protocol. I mean, they did their job at the end of the day.
Following if you only knew what we had to do, it's kind of comical, you see 2 big guys throwing fisticuffs, and I'm supposed to say, hey, stop, guys, it's me.
like 3 times.
Yeah, that's going to really stop
Make
them.
sure you say it 3 times.
Like, oh, let me stop. There's Coach Marks over there. We got to stop fighting now. Like, at that point, man, if you see my son getting beat up, stop the fight. I don't need you to identify yourself. I promise you, I'm not going to take you to court. Stop the fight. Don't let Drew get beat up. Just stop it, man. Don't let him.
Drew, man.
Well, because I feel like
Drew.
he'll be the one to say something crazy to somebody. Oh no, I've never. Drew ain't never got into it with nobody. Now the twins, that's another story. They'll fight each other.
I remember I used to go to school. I'm not gonna say their names, but there was a set of twins that I graduated with, and they fought about every year with each other. They're like, man, y'all just wait till y'all get home off the bus and take care of this.
And you know, I had siblings to fight on the bus, and I really didn't know how to handle it, because do I turn them in? You know, like, why you just couldn't do this at the house?
I mean, literally, just wait 5 minutes.
Yeah.
You can get right off that bottom step right there, and you can take care of business.
And it wasn't a fight. It was more of her beating her little brother down, and she did it in a way that I was like, I think I got to say something, because this was very violent.
I mean, he couldn't get punked on the bus. He couldn't wait till he got home.
He wasn't finna respond to that, because the way it was so bad that I contacted their mother. I said, look, I don't know what to do right now. Your daughter just beat up your son, and I really don't know how to handle it. I'm not gonna turn it in, but I don't know what to do right now. So those sibling fights is amazing. I didn't have no, my brother was like 18 years older than me, so I didn't have that situation. But you got little boys at the house, and you got two. Yeah,
mine were fighting.
Mine are 5 and 2, and
fighting.
It's bad.
Mornings are very interesting in my house.
Yep.
When you got a 10, a 14, and then sometime an 11, it's just unnecessary. It's every morning like, why didn't you fight about this on yesterday morning? Why are you prorating all your fights?
It's a new day.
It's just, and it'd be the same thing, and it just, then my wife get all mad, and then it's my fault. Like, I didn't do nothing. I wanted to stop him from fighting, but hey, it is what it is. Well, we got quiet real quickly.
I'm checking out the team. They're
Yeah, I'm
we got
looking
one
at
of
them,
those
looking
players
as they
coming
warm
up.
up now.
Noticed one of those guys in the JV game of the night had on that. I'm not sure what the actual technical name for it is, but that helmet cover that the.
You know what you want to call it.
You see some of the pro guys wear.
Yeah, I can't say
I was
that.
like, buddy, there's no one on this
We can
field
hit
right
the-
now that runs faster
Yeah,
than 5'1". That helmet's not saving much tonight.
It's kind of. Is it something similar to what I call when people put the stuff on when they squat and they put the little pad on
Yeah,
it? Okay. Yeah, I
Like
know.
my junior high players will get a hoodie and wrap it completely around it. Like, buddy, you have a 10 on each
Yeah.
side. That squat rack ain't hurting nothing.
I know what I call that right there. I know what I call it right.
Hurting my
Not
back,
the-
hurting my neck.
Not the
No,
10.
it's not. I hate it, but it is what it is.
Coach, what was the funniest moment you coaching? What would you say your funniest moment?
The funniest
coaching?
moment. I mean, I hate to bring this up, but I was trying to tell a kid, good job, like this is what I wanted out of a play. Got absolutely creamed. Like I got ran, slap over. Like but the point of this is like it's a walkthrough, like it's an install. Like I'm like, hey, walk through this play, and they're literally, I think he did it on purpose. Like we're walking through it, so I just walk over to be like, that's what I want. Bam, and cut me a flip. That's probably it wasn't funny, but everybody else thought it was. Looking back, it's pretty funny.
In the moment, probably.
Yeah, I played it off real cool, man.
Probably my funnest. I know the funnest. We was playing somebody, and you called the play, and you was describing what they should do.
I know what you're talking about.
And you was like, you need to read the 5 or the 7, and you. It's amazing how you didn't feel me looking at you, because I'm just staring at you like. And you went through this whole spiel, and yeah, you got to do this, and you got to read the 5, and when that player went out there, I said, he don't even know what you just called, and you telling him to read the 5. Christavian, quit looking over here. We're not bringing you on, son. He's just looking. He wants to be on this show. That's what it is. He wants to be on the show, and I'm not gonna let him on. But that's probably the funnest moment that I have.
I mean, I have other funny ones, but there's no way.
It's
we're
one of
doing it
my.
on the live
Yeah, I can't talk about some of the things. And I never want to be around my players. My players lie on me a lot. They say I do a lot of things that I don't believe I've done. I had a player that come out here for his senior night. Senior night now, that's how bad it's been that on senior night their senior moment wouldn't even revolve around football. It'd be other
Yeah, I
stuff.
think they were like playing Uno in the
Oh,
Ferguson's car.
yes.
I
You
remember-
were playing sports for 4 years, and your best senior moment was
And you
that
couldn't
somebody
think-
made a joke when you were a freshman in art class.
You can't think of nothing football related.
We just need to leave that. Just take
Yeah.
that off the form.
Yeah,
Like,
don't even say that's even on.
Like, just put on there, it gotta be football related. If you're gonna have a senior moment, don't tell me what happened in history class. Well, this kid, his senior moment was, he said, allegedly, I don't remember this. He said, I caught him flipping off somebody in the hallway. And he said that I made him run around the gym for 15 minutes, flapping like a bird. Now, I don't remember doing that.
I feel like that's
that
something you would
happened.
remember.
That happened. That absolutely happened.
I don't know why I didn't remember that, but that was pretty funny. But, you know, in the same one, I'm pretty sure he won't mind me mentioning his name. JC, his senior moment was doing the court case in my class. And I was like, and I'm sitting there like, JC, they said your senior moment, not nothing that happened in world history, man.
I've got one with JC that I can't say on there, but JC's a funny guy.
Yeah, he is funny.
a funny
He
guy.
gets some
I
good
want to
ones
bring him on, but well, we would have to. I'm sorry, JC, but we'll have to use this voice. I got some stuff that we can hit that, you know, to make the voice be a little bit, you know. I'm sorry, JC, man. I'm sorry. I apologize, JC. But we got to bring JC on because JC is he got the thing rolling, man. He got the page rolling,
Yeah, he's been running
and
the
I'll tell
Facebook
you.
page.
I'll
I've
tell
been
you a
seeing
good
that.
one. I'll tell you a good one. I won't say any kid's name, so I won't put anybody at fault. And I don't work here anymore, so I can't be fired for it. But we go eat a pregame meal one Friday. We've been gone. Like, I mean, it takes probably an hour to sit down, each pregame meal, come back. The kid didn't get on the bus, and we get back, and he's like,
y'all left him. Good night, man.
he's like,
You know what?
are we going to eat pregame meal? And we were like, we just went. What are you talking about?
We just left.
So that's probably one of the funniest ones because that kid he had no idea. Like,
we had a teammate get left at a restaurant at an away game.
yeah.
We were where we played. We were at Pontotoc on the way home. We stopped at Burger King. We get out back on Highway 9, headed back home. Everybody looked around and was like, hey, I'm not saying his name. Hey, where's so-and-so? We're like, I don't know. He was in the bathroom at Burger King, and we ran off and left him.
I don't want to laugh, and I'm sure he's listening to it. Tyler Turner, who's coaching at Oxford, they're on their way to Madison Central tonight. He actually the one text. He wanted to know what time the show was come on. He said he was going to listen to the show on the way to Madison Central. We played in Calhoun City in a tournament, and we played, and we got back to Bruce. We unloaded the bus, and I looked around, and Tyler pops up like, Coach, you left me. I said, Tyler, I thought
Jackie Moon. How could you leave Jackie Moon?
I don't know. He I guess when he saw the bus pull off, his dad was there, and I was like,
He wasn't even fighting that battle.
yeah, I was just
getting his ride.
I said, man, I did. I said, I thought I told everybody that we were leaving, so that's why I couldn't laugh too hard at those stories because I've been on the side of that. But kids, man, kids don't pay attention, man. They when I say I'm ready to go, I'm ready to go.
I think the funniest thing about the Burger King story was like we were plumb through that four-way stoplight. We were.
Oh, it wasn't like we were around the building pulling off back into the highway. I mean, it was.
We were down the road a
We
little
were
bit.
almost 10 minutes away.
Is it true that Coach Dowdy put y'all out at the square and made y'all run back to the field?
Not,
He didn't put us out at the square.
but up here
He
at the,
did put us
at
out
the stop
by
sign.
the Mac South.
Oh, okay.
At least to where it wasn't, it wasn't a highway or anything.
But I mean, we had ran so much like.
But I mean, at that point,
We
you
were
could have
in
left
shape,
out
man.
at the square and it wouldn't have changed anything. I mean,
What had happened? What triggered him? Because
We
I
had a
that,
really
at that
bad
point
day.
in the season, it was early still. And I think we were like 0-3 or 0-4, and I mean, we had 9 seniors that year. I mean, we were a very experienced team that a lot of guys that have been starting the last 3 or 4 years and were supposed to be really good. Had a really good year the year before, last 2 years before that actually. And which we played some, if I remember right, we played like 4 or 5A teams the first
We
couple
played
of
some
games. We played
big
Houston,
schools.
I remember, Ripley and North
New
Pontotoc,
Albany,
New
I
Albany, yeah. And they beat us pretty good. And that was his first head coach job he ever had. His first year here. I mean, he was setting the tone. And
He
he
said
said
it.
it. He
Oh,
said
he
it.
said it. He said it.
And
He said
it wasn't just run to the field from back there. I mean, we got there and then we ran foul poles.
I remember us sitting in the dugout like, oh, we good. We just ran. He's like,
And
no,
then
get out
he
there.
walks. I mean, he told us in the fall, which there wasn't. I can't remember how many guys we had in the fall that didn't play other sports. It was probably half.
I remember-
probably half the team did, half didn't. But he would say we're either going to be a really good baseball team or we're going to be a really good cross country team.
I remember coming out of here to go to football practice and being like, my God, like these guys are getting it.
I will say I've played baseball my entire life, and the fall of my senior year, his first year here, was the only time I'd ever considered quitting the sport. Yes. I mean, it was every
Like, they was
single
getting after it,
day.
man.
Like, there was going to be like a worn down path on this track from the baseball team running on it every day. But, and I've told him this too, we actually, a lot of guys made a video when he got out of coaching last year, 2 years ago. We did like a farewell video to him or whatever. And one of the things that I talked about in mine saying to him was that he had done one thing for us that we hadn't been doing the years prior. We had the same talent, every year pretty much the years prior, but he really made us work harder that last year, my senior year, than we had any years prior to that. And
Got over the hump.
and then you see we wound up winning it all there at the end. I mean, you really can't argue with the results that you got from it. I mean, man, we worked really hard.
I guess the craziest thing I ever done, I practiced after a game. Yeah, they.
I got some stories for you about. All right, so we had played. It was who did we play? Who we played doesn't matter. It was an away game. We got home, and you probably remember this. We got off the bus, and if you ever see those baseball lights come on when you get home from an away game,
It's not good.
It's never good. But he only cut one side on, so we knew we weren't going to practice because he only cut one set of lights on. Normally, that was just enough light for us to run without running in the dark. But we all took our jerseys off and laid them in front of the third base dugout. He said, every one of you ain't on this baseball team anymore.
Yep.
Kicking every single one of you
He
off.
did.
He said, you're going to run until you get this jersey back and you get back on the team. And we remember we ran because it was soaking wet with dew out there, and it was like a cattle trail from the third base dugout to this dugout in the right field out there. I had to go out there and touch it and come back. I mean, it was just a path that we had ran for I don't know how long
It was
we ran.
70 down and back was. I remember it because like it'll stick with you when you do it. And I remember Tyler Kilcrease was the one that was counting them, and he was like 72 times.
Like, it was awful. It was awful.
Man, we do that now. We'll have to find another job.
Oh no, that's what somebody was asking me about that the other day about some of the stuff we do in the fall, and it's not just with baseball. I mean, I'm sure it's with a lot of sports all over the state. You can't coach or condition kids the way that we did just 10 years ago, 12 years ago. I mean, so they'll quit. They'll go find something else to do.
And are they really strict on enforcing that wet bulb stuff, like keeping up with all
yeah.
that?
I don't know how
yes.
he could probably give you more information on how strict they are, but I know myself. And in the fall, I don't come out here 4th block without looking at it on my phone to see what it is. And a lot of days, we're blessed to have our indoor facility. We can keep, doing stuff during the day without being outside. But
We had a week that it was really bad, and I would shoot a text out here, and just to make sure, I would drive out here as well to let them know, hey, it's like one day I think it was like the wet bulb was like at 96, and in regular weather that's probably almost 100.
91 plus.
That's
with no
a lot.
outside activity, something like that, right around 91.
So what we did, we've done a good job at that. Use all the outside sports. If I text them that the softball will let me know, and usually what Coach Garbone would do, he'll set practice for 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock. So he always got in front of it. There's only one time where I have to call and I had to get junior high off the field because it had got to a certain point. I said, well, we just got to shut it down because once it hit to a certain point, you got to be off an hour, 2 hours. You got to stay off of it a certain time until it gets back.
There were
down.
actually a couple schools around. I don't know exactly. I'm not real sure where they were, but that had actually, broken those rules and were having to be. I don't know if they were put on probation or whatever, something like that, where they, anything else after that, they'll start, getting the real punishment for it. But
That wasn't heard of in our time, though. We were out here.
I would hate to know what the wet bulb was some of these days that we ran.
Two-a-days, man. You can't even do. I mean, you don't even see two-a-days no more. I hated that time of the year because to come out here in the morning and then come out here in the afternoon, and even the fact that my football playing days were limited to. Once I made basketball, I quit football. I got tired of getting hit, man, and then got the basketball, stayed there a year, and then quit that. So I am a serial quitter. But I'm recovered now. I went to rehab. No longer do I quit anymore. But but in those times, even in the junior high and the ninth grade days, I mean, two days were horrible, man. We did it was oh man, not knocking these kids because they're in their generation. This is what they know. I can't compare generations because they're not in that generation. If they was in that generation, if they want to play football, they would have to deal
they'd
with
have done
it.
it.
But man, it was tough. Even coaching here with Coach Pope and Coach Ferguson, we had 2 days, and man, as a coach, it drains you because or you get that classic moment with Coach Ray, where we have been done went through 7 periods and we look like crap,
And he won't start it.
and he starts over.
Yeah.
And what the players didn't understand, we were pissed off too because we ready to go home.
All the assistant
And I'm
coaches
gonna
are
tell
ready
you-
to go to.
So now I'm mad at my group. I'm mad at the receivers because I don't know if you did it or not, but we got to start over now. And instead of me getting home at 5, now I'm getting home at 6, or it's a Wednesday, so it's my freaking wash day. So I'm here to 8, 9 o'clock because you idiots can't get nothing right.
And I'm gonna tell you, the kids can say what they want. When the practice field was way back over yonder, there's a dome that traps heat on that thing that you
Oh,
just can't
man,
see. It's
yeah.
different. That is a
Man.
different spot out there.
I don't know. You talking about over there by the tree
Yeah,
line?
where the,
Like, I don't know if it's because all that big tall
It's just
group of
knocking the
pines
wind
right
down.
there, no breeze comes through or nothing. It's just
It was rough over there, man.
A
It
funny
is.
story with Coach Ray though. We were out there practicing one day. This would have been it's either gonna be my sophomore or junior year, but practice is going fine. And there's a storm, like they got the thing out there that tells you thunder, and lightning's so far
lightning
away.
detection.
Well, out on the other side of that tree line, lightning strikes. We take off running. Coach Ray's like, one more play. We
Oh,
got
that's
one
him.
more.
That's him.
One
He's
more
going to
play.
get that one more play in. I hated going to the fairground, though.
Yeah.
It's a wonder that we didn't break ankles, tear ACLs,
We've been in there
Achilles
plenty of
tendon,
times.
because that place, man, I'm like, Coach, why are we practicing over here? Like,
He was gonna get his time with us.
oh my God, rain did not mean nothing. I know one day, a couple of the coaches, we was hoping that he went ahead and canceled it. So, Coach Maddox was smart. He was wise. He just didn't say nothing. But me and Coach Von Daniels, we was over there. We was like, man, maybe. And I guess he heard us. If y'all don't want to practice, then we'll just cancel practice. So now he pulled the guilt trip on us. So now I'm sitting there looking stupid like, oh, man, Coach, let's just get them together because now I feel bad. But no, I didn't want to practice because it's raining and I knew where we were about to go. I did not want to go over there because it's cow manure and horse dung all over the place. And then you got craters that we're trying to run routes in and wondering why my receivers can't cut and make a break. They're
Yeah,
going to break their leg.
He had that deal worked out because we ended up over there a lot. I remember going over there.
Anytime it rained,
Yeah, he was
there
paying
was
the
no
rent over
such thing as no practice. We are practicing that day. I don't care. We're practicing that day. It looked like the officials done hit the field,
Start checking balls.
checking balls, and I think,
No deflate gate.
well, I still got to figure. Well, NFL players, they know what Tom Brady cheated, and that they just don't want to admit it. That's for you, Coach Jackson. He cheated. Well, we are 56 minutes away from kickoff, and
They got the clock running.
and we going to wrap. We're about to wrap up the show because I got to go do my job, and
God knows I can't carry
yeah,
this thing.
because the maps, because according to the map, I got to be all over the field today. If you see
Yeah,
the map,
good map today.
Yeah,
Good
my
map today.
arrow is pointing north, south, east, and west.
As
So
long as we ain't got Coach Gladney's arrow though. That's
yeah,
all
he can
that
have
matters.
that. He
Gladney's
got to
the
make sure
good
people
one
get
tonight.
in safe and this and that. And hey, Coach, make sure JP don't sneak in this week because he caused a total
Although I
chaos.
told him if he does, to
Oh,
at
my
least
God.
wear blue and gold.
Coach,
Last time we played Jay-Z George, that man snuck in the side gate, which he gets in for free, state pass.
why would he come in that
He
gate?
comes in the visitors gate with the visitors colors
Oh
on.
my gosh.
And
Whit Maroon,
Had the maroon on?
Maroon on, yes.
him and his wife look
good.
like Jay-Z George fans. So it sparked a hysterical. Now we're thinking that the fans snuck in, and the whole time it's somebody that works
Works
here.
at our school. Which if you know him, he's got his hat on right above the eyelid. You can't see his
You
face.
can't see him. Because even when I was walking from the visitor side, I did not know it was him. He was leaving because he only stayed about 15 minutes.
He came half to the third quarter and left before the fourth quarter started.
So it wasn't until he got to the light pole that I realized it was him. And then when we had our meeting, I was like, oh, that was JP. It wasn't a JC George fan. It was one of our employees. So that's JP, man. That's JP in a nutshell.
But there will be a lot more fans tonight than it was that night.
Oh,
so
yeah.
We do need to be up on the
I'd
security
love
a
to.
little bit.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna wrap this thing up, man. We've had some fun today, and we're gonna have more live shows. And just real quickly, because we didn't get a chance to go over it last night, we're gonna go over the NFL schedule, and then we'll close this thing down. Last night, the 49ers beat the Rams. The 49ers did not have none of their players. They had the majority of their offensive skill guys were out, and they pulled it off, and they beat the Rams last night 26-23. On Sunday morning, you got the Vikings playing the Browns. You got the Texans traveling to Baltimore. Who gives a care? I'm right now. Houston is a 1.5 favorite, so that I'll let you know. The Giants and we're going to New Orleans to play the Saints.
Jackson Dart.
It is dart season.
It is.
And they're going to the 0-4 Saints. You got the Broncos, who are 2-2, traveling to Philadelphia to play the undefeated Eagles. You got the Cowboys with this funky, ugly 1-2-1. I wish the NFL get rid of ties. They're going to New York to play the Jets. If you are a betting man, you better bet the over with Justin Fields, because the Cowboys make every quarterback look great. The Raiders will travel to Indianapolis to play the Colts. The Dolphins stalled their firing of McDonald one more week, and they will travel to Carolina. They might win that one, so he'll keep his job for another week. The Buccaneers are traveling to Seattle to play the Seahawks. You got the mighty, mighty Titans going to Arizona to play the shortest quarterback in NFL history. Maybe they will pull it off. Maybe they won't. Coach, that's coach team. Let's pray for them.
It's
You
a
got the
wrap.
Washington Commanders traveling to Los Angeles to play the Chargers. You got the Detroit Lions going to Cincinnati to play the Bengals. You got the Patriots going from Sunday Night Football going to Buffalo to play the Bills. And on Monday Night Football, you have the Kansas City Chiefs going to Jacksonville to play the 3-1 Jaguars. Man, we had fun tonight, and we're going to go ahead and shut this thing down. But if you're not on the way to the game, you better start getting here, because, well, no, I'll be lying if I say it's packing out. But
There's
you
people
better,
here.
yes, people here.
Bring
So
those mini cheer camp girls in. They
you
gonna
better get here. It's cheer tonight, so you better get here, and you better get here fast. But we will, Coach. We on Sunday night, Saturday night, which way?
Whatever you want to do, man.
Let's do Sunday night so we can get the football in. So Coach and Coach will be back with you on Sunday night. Well, Coach will be back with you Sunday night with another show for Coach Chase and Coach Benji and myself. My music ain't coming on. Look like it's unmessed up again. It's all good. We're gonna go ahead and shut this thing down, because we got a game to do, and we're gonna win tonight. Coach said we're gonna win. I don't know what he got going on.
I gotta win, guys. Come on now.
But
I got a Bruce win.
we got a Bruce win tonight. Bruce will go 6-0, and this is the helmet that I will wear at the barbershop tomorrow as I sit in the middle of the barbershop. I've already threatened all the players. I had them all hemmed up. I motivated all the players today, so they know that how much this game really means to us. So once again, make sure you subscribe to our podcast. You can subscribe on YouTube. Make sure you don't miss a live show. Or you can go to Spotify. You can go to Apple Podcasts. You can go to Amazon, iHeart, wherever you get your podcast. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit the notification so you won't miss an episode. So we are out. We're about to go get into this game. Make sure you check out Coach's concession review tonight, because they got some things, and
Totally
I'm going to be on the sideline. I'm going to be getting some shots tonight. We're going to put on our TikTok page, we're going to put on our Facebook page, and we're also going to put on our Instagram page. So we got a game to get to. So for everybody that joined us today, for everybody that's going to see it later on, we appreciate everyone, and we will see you after this Bruce video.